Every government on Earth just stopped working for 24 hours. Not a partial shutdown where some offices close and others stay open, but everything. Every single government function, every agency, every official, gone for one full day. It sounds like a simple thought experiment, but the reality would be far more terrifying than you think. First, let's get one thing straight. When governments actually shut down, they don't really shut down. During the 2025 shutdown, the longest in American history at 43 days, roughly 95% of Homeland Security employees kept working. Air traffic controllers stayed at their posts. Border agents remained on duty. Hospital staff continued treating patients. The power grid kept humming along. Why? Because these are classified as essential services, the ones that protect human life and property. But in our scenario, none of that matters. Everyone goes home. The question isn't what stays running. It's what collapses first. You'd notice it in the sky before anywhere else. Right now, there are roughly 35,000 flights happening across the United States every single day. Each one is guided by air traffic controllers who manage one of the most complex choreographies on the planet, separating aircraft by mere miles at speeds exceeding 500 miles per hour. Without them, pilots would be flying blind into each other's paths. Some might argue planes could land themselves, or pilots could coordinate directly. Sure, for about 20 minutes, then the confusion would multiply. Flights crossing international borders, aircraft approaching the same runway from different directions, emergency situations requiring instant ground coordination. It wouldn't take long before the first mid-air collision occurred. And that's just commercial aviation. Military aircraft, cargo planes carrying time-sensitive medical supplies, helicopters transporting trauma patients to hospitals. All of it depends on a functioning air traffic control system that requires constant human oversight. But here's what most people don't consider. The chaos in the skies would be just the beginning. While planes were grounding themselves in panic, something far more dangerous would be unfolding on the ground. Something that touches every single person, whether they're flying or not. Because the infrastructure you depend on every moment of every day, the systems you never think about until they fail, they're all connected in ways you've probably never imagined. The electricity grid is a perfect example. Most power plants in developed nations are privately owned, but they operate under constant government oversight. Regulatory agencies monitor output levels, coordinate between regional grids, and manage the delicate balance between supply and demand that keeps your lights on. Remove that coordination, and you've got independent operators making decisions in isolation. A surge in one region could cascade into a blackout affecting millions. We've seen this before. Large-scale power outages don't just mean darkness. They mean water treatment plants shutting down, hospital backup generators running on limited fuel, cell towers going silent within hours. Now picture this spreading globally. Every country, every system, simultaneously losing its governmental backbone. The 16 critical infrastructure sectors identified by the Department of Homeland Security are all interconnected through physical and cyber dependencies. A failure in one sector doesn't stay contained. It propagates. During natural disasters, we've witnessed how quickly these cascading failures amplify. Now imagine that disaster is self-inflicted and worldwide. Financial markets would spiral immediately. Without regulatory oversight, trading systems would freeze or go haywire. Banks might lock down accounts as a precaution. The economic impact of the 43-day 2025 shutdown cost $11 billion in GDP, and that was with most essential workers still on the job. A complete shutdown? You're looking at losses that would dwarf that figure within the first few hours. But here's the detail that should genuinely concern you. It's not the 24 hours that would do the damage. It's what happens when those 24 hours end. Restarting these systems isn't like flipping a switch. Air traffic control can't just resume full operations instantly. Power grids require careful sequencing to bring back online safely. Financial systems need verification and auditing before trading can restart. The recovery period could stretch into weeks, even with everyone back at their posts. And during that time, the damage would compound. Supply chains disrupted, food distribution networks in chaos, medical supply deliveries delayed. The Congressional Budget Office estimated that billions in economic output from the 2025 shutdown would never be recovered. Now multiply that across every system, every country, every critical service that keeps modern civilization functioning. That's not a thought experiment anymore. That's a glimpse at how fragile the infrastructure of our daily lives really is. The interconnected web of government services isn't just bureaucracy. It's the invisible framework preventing chaos. We've built a world so complex, so dependent on constant coordination, that even 24 hours without it would reveal just how thin the line is between and collapse. The systems protecting you right now aren't optional. The only thing standing between catastrophe.